Can you pause it for a second? It's the mom! Can you believe it? It's the mom. She's the CEO. And there was one ad above all that was extremely controversial, and it elicited the most anger. I don't know. What's the product? I don't know. Something dumb. Is that?
I'm not.
What's that logo?
Not very sexist.
They're feeding into an intersectional narrative. They're feeding into the main narrative we see now on the left, which is that there are hierarchies of victimhood.
Feeling overwhelmed by all the empowering messages in today's commercials? You're not alone. Michael Knowles is here to cut through the noise and get to the heart of what's really being sold. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. We're about to take a journey through the land of woke advertising, where products are secondary and virtue signaling is king. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the tools to see past the smoke and mirrors of modern marketing. So these companies think they're real clever with their empowering commercials, huh?
Gay? No, I'm not, actually. I'm a man. But the commercials are all focused on brave, strong, beautiful woman. Hear me roar. Roar!
Well, guess what? Most folks can't even remember what they're trying to sell. It's like they're playing some weird game of guess the product and we're all losing. Let's take that job interview ad for example. You know the one, where they flip everything upside down and act like they've just reinvented the wheel or something. Oh wow, the CEO's a woman, big deal. Is that supposed to blow our minds in 2024?
Can you pause it for a second? It's the mom! Can you believe it? It's the mom! She's the CEO!
Come on, we've had female CEOs for ages now. It's not exactly groundbreaking stuff. Here's the kicker. I bet half the people watching thought it was an ad for LinkedIn or some job search site.
They don't know because they hate women.
A call from the
Those
CEO.
misogynists.
But it says,
Good luck, son.
But he was next to him.
Nope. Turns out it's for some company nobody's ever heard of. Real effective marketing there, guys. Slow clap for that one. You want to know the real reason they do this? It's not about selling products. It's about making themselves feel all warm and fuzzy inside. These companies are basically patting themselves on the back, saying, look how progressive we are. Meanwhile, their actual customers are scratching their heads, trying to figure out what the heck they just watched. And don't even get me started on the diversity quota checklist they're obviously working through. It's like watching the world's most boring game of bingo. Black woman, check. Asian man, check. Person in a wheelchair, double check. It's so painfully obvious what they're doing. It's almost funny. Almost. You know what would be really revolutionary? If these companies focused on making good products instead of trying to win some imaginary woke Olympics. But no, that'd be too simple, right? Gotta make sure everyone knows how virtuous they are first.
And there was one ad above all that was extremely controversial, and it elicited the most anger.
The CEO is a woman.
so I'm biased in a sense. Is this about diversity and inclusion?
Is Michael trolling when he says, I bet a woman could have gotten them all? Nah, he's just pointing out how ridiculous this whole song and dance is. It's like these companies think we're all idiots who can't see through their transparent attempts at virtue signaling. Newsflash, we can, and it's not impressive. It's just annoying. Speaking of annoying, let's talk about how these commercials are playing dress up with gender roles. You'd think they discovered a new continent or something, the way they carry on. But here's a question for you. Are these role reversals actually helping anyone, or are they just making a mess of things? Remember when ads used to show you a product and tell you why it's good? Those were the days. Now it's all about who can be the most subversive. Give me a break. We've got men doing women's work and women in traditionally male roles.
Like I'm a big fan of Maggie Thatcher, but I don't know who. I don't know. Okay, I don't even know what that is. What's Mindspace? The ad is not for you. The ad is not for me. The ad is not for conservatives or Christians or conservative Christians.
And we're all supposed to gasp and clutch our pearls, right? Like we've never seen a woman use a power tool before. Here's a crazy idea. Maybe people should just do whatever job they're good at, regardless of what's between their legs. Wild concept, I know, but no. These ads act like seeing a woman as a CEO is as shocking as finding out your dog can speak French. It's 2024, people. We've had female CEOs for decades, but you wouldn't know it from these commercials.
Logo, huh? What's that? What's that?
What if they didn't have to be the first?
It's gonna be something
The
totally
best.
unrelated. It's gonna be like crackers or something.
I
I don't know.
thought
What's the
that
product? I don't know. Something dumb. Is that?
I'm not.
What's that logo?
Not very sexist.
And get this, while these ads are tripping over themselves to show women in power, the real world isn't quite catching up. Only 5% of Fortune 500 CEOs are women. But hey, why let facts get in the way of a good virtue signal, right?
Women make great CEOs and great leaders as well. And yet only 5% of Fortune 500 CEOs are women.
Don't even get me started on how they portray men. It's either bumbling idiot who can't figure out how to change a diaper, or evil oppressor twirling his mustache in the boardroom. There's no in between. It's like these ad folks have never met an actual man in their lives.
Think I am the only conservative Christian in America who did not totally despise this ad. Brave, strong, beautiful man will guess what products they are selling.
You know what would be truly revolutionary? Showing people as, I don't know, actual human beings instead of walking stereotypes. Crazy, I know, but apparently that's too much to ask. Instead, we get this bizarro world where everything's flipped upside down and we're supposed to applaud like trained seals. So how do these ads flip traditional gender roles? By treating basic equality like it's some groundbreaking concept. It's patronizing if you ask me.
They're feeding into an intersectional narrative. They're feeding into the main narrative we see now on the left, which is that there are hierarchies of victimhood.
Can't do that. That could be a totally fake company. I don't know. No one's ever heard of that. Sounds like their CEO's not very good because I've never heard of their company. I don't know though. Maybe it's a male CEO. Who knows?
They're so busy trying to be woke that they forget to be real. And in the end, all we're left with is a bunch of confused viewers and a product we can't even remember. Nice job, Mad Men. Really nailed it this time.
This ad, just notice all of the subtle left-wing social justice warrior aspects.
So what's the deal with all these woke commercials? It's simple. These companies think we're morons. They're so busy trying to win the Virtue Olympics that they forget their actual job, selling stuff. It's like they're more interested in impressing their fancy Hollywood friends than actually making money. Next time you see one of these ads, ask yourself, what are they really selling? Chances are it's not what's in the fine print. They're selling an image, a feeling of being on the right side of history or whatever. But here's the thing, most people just want a good product, not a lecture.
One little bit of it. It's a new ad about toxic masculinity. They've jumped on the social justice warrior bandwagon. Here it is if you've missed it.
You know what's funny? These companies are so afraid of offending anyone that they end up offending everyone. It's like they're walking on eggshells, but the eggshells are covered in oil, and we're all just watching them slip and slide around, wondering when they'll actually show us what they're selling.